Hello, Tuta here with a quick pre-video, well, heads up. I recorded a fault here, this episode of Fault. I recorded this on Fraps because OBS seems to, when I record that now, it just downgrades down to bad graphics and no one can read anything. So I recorded it on Fraps. I did an hour. Oh, what was that mistake? This is a 360 something 384 gigabyte video. You can't upload that shit to YouTube. I tried to cutting this down in half. Nope, still can't do it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to record this again. But I'll be recording it with OBS here. As soon as I get done making this, I'm going to switch it to a desktop capture and then record it using Windows I'll record it while it plays on my Windows video media player, so that it's all blind and all that. So there's no like, yeah, I'm pretending to be blind and everything. No. Besides, I'll be honest, nothing really eventful happens in this. Just explanation and explaining. But although I do recommend staying tuned towards the end of that, highly recommended. But and not only that, I just found out something new while I was trying to make this. I might be able to go back to doing reaction videos. Who knows? But, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this quick, announcement. I'm sorry that I have to do it like this, but I made an oopsies, and, yeah, so stick around and, hope you enjoy the, video. Hello, Tuta here, coming in, ducking on the search bar to bring you another video, or let's play, Fault Milestone 2. Just a few minutes ago, I tried to do a live stream, and it's still a piece of shit for some reason. Every time someone else uses the freaking internet, it's weird because when I'm home, when I'm alone, it works just fine. It works just fine. But now since my brother and my mother are here, I know my mom doesn't use the goddamn internet, but my brother does. And every time he gets on, it seems to always fucking tank. I don't know why. It never freaking works. I can't do anything online, and it really pisses me right the fucking hell off. Language warning in this video because at the moment I am very salty. But like, at least I can still record, but that's really pissed me off because I can't play World of Warships, War Thunder, any form of online game. It really pisses me right the hell off. Not only that, OBS, the original recording thing I used to record and stream, that shit doesn't fly, and then X something, that thing, I can't even use that thing because again, the internet's a piece of shit. So I'm using a new recording software because every time I use OBS, every new video seems to always downgrade in quality. So this video is going to be recorded with Fraps, which I got a hell of a long time before OBS and anything, and I haven't used it even though I paid $20 for it. But that's enough of that. Enough ranting and enough venting. But okay, this is the earliest one. But let's continue with Fault. I forgot to do the timer again, because like I always forget to do the timer. So, this timer, we're gonna make this a full hour video, because why not? That's really with Fault, you have to go full hour. Soul. Alrighty, so we got obviously Rune here, but it's been a while since I've done anything, so I'm gonna have to get back into character as best I can. Soul, let's dig a hole right now. Huh? What's gotten into you? Hey, Zavite, explain first, why don't you? So, Soul, Mil, listen up, you see... Yada yada yada. Explanation. I'm not gonna get into character anyways. So it'll take me a while. Eh? The medicine? Or that medicine? You can grow it? Right here? Thankfully we still have a lot of that soil left over. Looks like we can grow Sagola right here. As long as the environment is just right, those plants won't take more than a few days to sprout. Apparently, once they sprouted, they're as easy to grow as weeds. Or as Sylphine. Apparently, once they've sprouted, they're as easy to grow as weeds. Really? We'll be doing this to kill time while we wait for Ravenstad's discharge. Let's prepare the area so we can grow some. That face. That's an evil face. Sagola will make some waves, no matter how small, in this country's crumbling medical system. By ourselves? What? Mill, why the long face? No, it's just... I can't believe it. I mean, Soul's been trying so desperately to earn money to get that very medicine. I just don't know what to think right now. I wonder what's gotten into them. I'd expect them to be happier at the whole prospect, but they seem somewhat against it. Maybe it's just the initial surprise. Anyways, let's just do it for now. Soul, can you lend me a hand? Huh? Yeah, sure. Soul, it's time for you to learn about cultivation, plant cultivation, and argycraft. Craft? Thanks, or no thanks, to the Ophia you underwent. You seem to have the affinity for all four forms of mana, though it's rather crude. You should be able to pull it off as long as you concentrate. Oh, it's agriculture, but it's agricraft. The climate here is just too cold. You'll need to keep the area around the plants a stable temperature. Just in case anything happens, you'll have to be able to handle it yourself. Yeah. Dots. Soul, put the soil in this container over there, please. I'm going to keep digging. Wait, you're going too fast. Oh, this scene again. Probably reuse of art, but I'm not complaining. What is that? There's a noise. Yeah, there's a noise there. Walking or something. Oh, it is. Okay. Are you alright? I'm like, wait a second. Why are there four of them? There is always just because these talking background. Are you alright with stepping outside? Won't it worsen your condition? I'll be fine, if only for a short while. Lately, I haven't been feeling too bad. Well, if I move around too much, I'll end up collapsing though. What is your daily routine like? Obviously, you can't push yourself, but you look perfectly fine otherwise. Staying at home all day would certainly leave you bored, wouldn't it? What's with the expression of yours? No, I was just thinking that you'd ask a pretty interesting question, is all. Interesting? Yes, I don't exactly have a lot to do, but I won't say I'm bored either. Oh-ho. Whenever Soul gets hungry, he comes back home, so I do a little bit of cooking. But I can't really exert myself, as I told you earlier. There's also the, biblical transmission. I speak with the people nearby through it. Bible transmission? You've never heard of it? It's been getting pretty popular around here. The Bible transmission is like a book from the Comcraft. Whatever people write down in their book appears right in your own copy. Interesting. Using the written word to hold a conversation, eh? There are stories and pictures inside. It's quite interesting to read it all. And just who are you holding these conversations with? Well, I wouldn't say I'm holding a conversation, seeing as all I do is read. Besides, most of the people writing entries do it anonymously, so you won't know who's who. Though, judging by the way they write and their words of choice, I can tell they're Viscantians. I already got Comcraft. Why go through the trouble of writing it all on paper? It seems like such a waste of effort. With Comcraft, you need to have both parties accept the connection. Plus, Biblo transmit. Biblo. Oh, it's Biblo. Nothing. Well, Bibelo transmission lets you communicate anonymously. I suppose that is where Bibelo transmission differs most from Comcraft. I see. Sounds like the perfect place to sow lies and dissent. Who can say? There isn't much substance between what's written, so I doubt it'll cause any problem. Just what are they writing about there? I'm reading this diary of a girl in prison in... Ding 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 ding. Light bulb, bell gone off. I'm reading this diary of a girl in prison in Neo-Cersei. At least that seems to be the setting. When Rotona woke up, when she looked at that one girl, what was her name? Oh, what was her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. I'm gonna go search up that name right now because it is bugging me. To Beyond Ends, her name is Peggy. Peggy. Yep, Peggy. What is it? Peggy. She was on that on the bed with the book. Remember the book. That's who she's writing to. You can write to Rotona with that. Oh, I wish I could tell them that. Ooh. In prison, though. Looks like we got more of the story than they do. I mean, obviously we're gonna have more of the story. I'm looking at my laptop because normally when I do live streams, that's where the chat is, and I look at the laptop so I can talk to chat. I'm looking at the laptop as I'm talking to you guys, and not the game. It's really weird. Setting? It seems she's writing a story as if she herself was in Neo-Cersei. I think her writing this is someone really interested in Neo-Cersei. It's quite interesting. The story talks about life under the sea down to some pretty minute detail. Oh, it seems like the premise is the author can't leave her own room. Exactly. Oh my god, shit. I love how these games, I love how they just connect people together. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, did you know that there's this thing that we can talk to, and it does, but I love how if you don't pay attention to anything, you won't get it. But if you pay attention, you get it, and it connects, and it sort of connects greatly. I love how it connects because it all just connects perfect like a puzzle. She writes about what she's feeling about that day quite thoroughly. She has quite the imagination, but the way she writes is almost sad. Banalic. You see, I'm usually home alone, so I can empathize with the author. Diaries are normally not things to be shown to others. Like I said, it's probably just the way the writer is presenting the work. In any case, it's fun to read. And what if the person in this diary turns out to be some big middle-aged man? The internet, my dear friends. That is the internet. Does a man who can write stories from the view of a young girl even exist? Who knows? It takes all sorts. Especially when it comes down to hobbies. Honestly, it really doesn't matter who wrote it in the first place. I don't intend to pry into anyone in the biblical transmissions. This is all nothing more than a way of wasting time. Well, this is all quite fascinating. A line that can cover the entirety of a single country might even be allowed to communicate from around the world if done properly. The entire world? Don't be silly. There's nothing more than this is nothing more than a fun little toy. When used in the right way, there's nothing that Manacraft can't do. Sooner or later, this technology will be copied by a more talented crafter, or perhaps reverse engineering it and greatly improving its communication range. Such is the march of progress. The march of progress? The development of craft technology in the last few years, in particular, has been improving by leaps and bounds. Being able to speak with someone on the other side of the world? Well, if we were able to achieve that, just what could we even use it for? I can only imagine it'll lead to problems. Oh, the Scantia and Ceres are so close to each other that their languages are so similar, and yet the people can't even get along. If people from faraway countries hold a conversation, I highly doubt that they will come to an understanding. Indeed, I can't deny that. People can be hurt by the smallest, minutest of things. Truly worthless. Those who have had a weakened sense of doubt will end up getting clothed. A sense of doubt? Without a sense of doubt, a sense of danger, people become dull. When one is dulled, one is unable to react upon seeing that something is strangely off. They become unable to defend themselves. Outright discrimination, a clear division of the social strata. Brainwashing by those who hold power. The exploitation is what awaits those who turn a blind eye to the evils of man. The Scantians here, for one. The people of this country are being exploited? That they are. The Vis stream and the domain are rightfully yours to begin with. They and countless other precious resources were taken away from you under the genius of, or the Genais of reform. I wouldn't know the worth of those resources, but it's clear the Ceres is manipulating you all. Yet the Viscantians don't see a single thing wrong with the picture. I can't help but think they are lacking in something. And even that physical condition of yours, this country has been run completely. And even that physical condition of yours, had this country run completely, might have been cursed a long time ago already. What? Common sense would dictate that those suffering from serious illness ought to be given proper residence within the Vista stream, yes? But just look at that. Those discriminatory citizens are running amongst you in your very birthplace, paying to the extent their own rotten lives. Don't you see something wrong with this picture? No, that's just all a pipe dream. I mean, you need money to live in Neo-Ceres, and the people from Ceres had money, so they made a town. No mere individual could have the money to fund that scale of construction, but a country does. Oh, God, that startled me. Oh, Soul, are you alright? Wait. Let me just rest. I'd really like to get the seal changed out by today if that's possible. Well, enough politicking for today. Take a rest, both of you. It's almost lunchtime. Okay. Now then, Soul Mill, I think we've been doing you two quite a favor here. I'll leave lunch in your hands. Sure. Soul, could you help me out? Okay. After being instructed by Reagan, both Soul and Mill headed into the house. Soul didn't have as much stamina as I thought he did. Levite. Yes? Don't be soft on Soul. Huh? I need to act as an observer for me. Observer? For what? Push his whole stamina to its limit. That ought to clear his mood up to some degree. His mood? Sorry, I don't see what you're getting at here. I'm sure you've already realized that there's something wrong with him. Yes. Even though it looked like we can grow Sagola here, he doesn't look happy at all. In fact, he looks like he's shocked. In a bad way, more than anything. I can more or less conjugate as to why. But I'll keep that to myself for now. What's important for now is to keep him working. Tomorrow, I'll thoroughly beat everything there is to know about agricraft into him. After what Ravenside told me, she simply closed her eyes and stayed completely silent, not saying another word about Soul. I continued to stare at Reagan, who at times seemed to give off Sally's aura. It felt quite strange. would Sally look like in the future after the path down's breaking in? Dot 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 dot. Ooh, right into chapter. We completed chapter 3. So we got chapter 3, right in 2. Chapter 4 up next is Flies on the Wall. Ooh, this should be interesting. Was I napping? I can hear people talking within the darkness. A conversation I never heard, etched deep to my memories. So, I up. Soul, get up. Huh? What, miss? Get up, we're digging again. Right now, it's still dark outside. The sun's about to come out. We need to finish changing the soil by morning. Otherwise, you won't have time to learn all the agricraft you need. We will have some cibola budding sprouts before Rune and I leave this place. Huh? But, enough, just get to work. Who do you think you're working for? Wait, who do you think you're doing this for? Yeah. Yes. Up at the butt-ass crack of dawn. Chapter 4, Flies on the Wall. As I wake up, I notice Son and Reagan are no longer in the room. Huh? I can hear it digging. What the heck is that sound? Bill isn't here either. Could they be... Ah, good morning, Rune. You already started? Have a look, Zvite. Still rather impressive. I fully expect this to go well past noon, but at this rate, we should be finished by mid-morning. You should have woken me up. Moving Earth like this takes a lot of stamina, doesn't it? I told you, didn't I? We're going to work him to the bone. That aside, Zvite, go and fetch some water from the river. Slow had some buckets over there. Huh? Okay. If you go straight down the path, you'll end up at the river. Good luck. Got it. Mill, you sure get up pretty early. You sure get up pretty early. I just couldn't sleep last night. Quite a while since I've gotten up this early. Are you okay? Shouldn't you rest a little more? I'm fine. Still working so hard over there. At least I ought to give him some moral support. That's so. By the way, have you eaten breakfast yet? None of us have. I see. I think I'm gonna get myself some food after this. What? Don't tell me you're hungry. I sure am. I worked my butt off yesterday. I am absolutely starving. What a slovenly expression. Very well. Let us have breakfast once you come back. Phew! Soul? We have some breakfast when Soul, we're having some breakfast when you're finished. Just one last push. You better hurry up and get this over with. Soul, you can do it. Let's all have breakfast together. This is what they call a stick and carrot approach, right? Oh, no need to exaggerate. People simply don't act unless they are made to. I would have liked for his own self-motivation to serve as his impotence, but we're pressed for time. If we're pressed for time, then why don't you just ask me to help out? And with that smirk on your face. You sure are nice, aren't you, Reagan? If you find enjoyment in teasing me, then go right ahead. But I will remember this. Now, don't get mad. Go fetch some water already, why don't you? You're wasting our time here. Aye. Is it right for you to be treating Rune like that? She's an errand girl. I'm asking her to do us a little favor. Where's the problem in that? You sure are pretty charismatic, aren't you? What makes you say that? If you weren't, then I couldn't imagine Rune just letting you boss her around like that. Being charismatic isn't something you can just tack onto yourself. All I've done is furnish myself with the skills to survive. That's all. You just can't take a compliment, can you? Don't tell me. You're embarrassed. I simply do not expect to be showered with praise from a naughty little rat like you. There you go again. You're trying to dodge the issue. More importantly, you're the one preparing breakfast meal. You'll have to get some food ready for the four of us. Do you have any experience with cooking? Wait, oh no. Do you have experience with cooking? Of course I can. I simply choose not to. You gotta be thankful that I'm taking time and effort to supervise all you here. If you say so. Okay. You're at this table again. Oh, Jellyfish hasn't posted anything yet. I wonder if something happened. Yeah, that something is, Ratona. Jellyfish? You know that girl in prison in Neo City I was talking about yesterday? There are no jellyfish in the rivers around this area, you know. I think you can just let that bit slide. It's certainly a strange name. Her updates have been getting pretty infrequent nowadays. Maybe something's up. Maybe she's run out of ideas. It's rare for writers to be able to produce a constant amount of output each and every day. Is that so? But she's always been able to write before this, so I'm pretty concerned. Can't you get in touch with her with her yourself? Just go and say hello to her, why don't you? That is true. Judging by your reaction, it looks like there's a reason for you to hesitate. I'm only an observer. I don't really want to get involved with her world. It's like I'm going to get sucked into it. So that's fine. Well, so it's fine. So, well, if you get sucked into it, then, oh well. I'll just remain on the sidelines. Well... Right off the bat, I look at this guy and I see a knife down there. Who are you? You. That's right, you. We made eye contact. Yes. Don't say you didn't hear me. Answer me. Who are you? What is this? Just what are you trying to do here? And just why should we have to explain anything to the likes of you? How about you tell us who you are? I'm from the Ferrum Guild. Eh? the guild? I don't care. Get lost. You're on our way of work. You can't just not care. What are you trying to cultivate here? It's none of your business. I'll say again. Be gone. Now you know it's not going to work. You need specific agricultural license for what you're cultivating. You have the proper license for all this? These plants aren't for commercial use. They'll be for personal consumption as medicine. Don't tell me you're still planning to stick your nose into this. That doesn't matter. Rules are rules. And those who don't follow the rules will be dealt with accordingly. No buts. Here's another post, me, again. Sorry I had to make a cut there. I wanted to make sure everything was working. So that's why they didn't want to go back to watching. He's lying. That's just stuff people from the guild say. They have no real authority with things like this. Whatever he says is nothing but lies. I know that. What? I'll ask again. What are you trying to plant here? And likewise, I say again, get out, you scumbag. Aw, why you do this? No, I want to see I want to see how pissed he gets. It probably pulls a knife on Celestine, which really wouldn't end well considering the fact she knows craft. But royalty aren't supposed to use craft because using craft quote-unquote shortens the lifespan. Where'd my phone go? How much time do I got left? Yay, half an hour. Thank God, this is getting too good. Phew. It's cool and refreshing. So there was a river here. Huh. There's a river just a ways from Souls and Mill's house. Water is so clear, as if you could drink right out of it. I thought this place was pretty out in the sticks, but there's a certain sincerity to it all, too. Oh? Oh, hello, Mr. Piece of Craft. Who was that, I wonder? He looked incredibly terrified running away, though. Oh, wait, the direction he came from. That moment when a pit and your stomach drops. So and the others. Don't tell me. Okay, they're alright. Hagen, Mill, are you alright? Rune. Zvite, you ran into that man as well? No, he just passed by me on the way back. And it seems like he didn't even notice me. Did something happen? What exactly happened? I want to know. Did you terrify the shit out of him? Wait, guild? The Ferrum Guild, short for Viscantia Pharmacists Guild. A group that all the pharmacists in Viscantia are members of. So it's not a government agency? Not at all. It's a private organization. The guild creates rules on their own to manipulate the flow of medicine within the country. If you don't do what they say, they won't sell you it anymore. I've heard stories about pharmacists who've been kicked out of the country because they refused to join the guild, too. Well, there's really no end to a string of bad rumors I've heard about them. But that's just practically a syndicate, isn't it? Just what is this country's government even doing? The guild probably has much influence on the government. It's powerless to do anything. How did they find out about it, though? Maybe if when we were moving to soil, we might have triggered some kind of alarm on their surveillance. Oh, what do we do what's about planting the Sargola? Huh? I mean, it's gonna be pretty dangerous for us to push through with planting, right? What now? Let's just stop. With all that's happened, there's nothing we can do now. Is there really nothing we can do? If we go against the Pharma Guild, we'll be the ones on the losing end. Mill, I'm sure you understand, right? But this is unfair. It's pretty unlike you. That's pretty unlike you, Mill. Everything's been unfair to us since we were born. Why bother with pointing it out now? Well, that's true. What gain is there in going up against someone you can't even hope to beat? This is all nothing but a pipe dream. Don't worry. I'll just need to make even more money. Even though this whole Sagola thing didn't work out, I can just sell all this soil. That'll last us for a while. No way. But what kind of nonsense are you sprouting off now? We're planting these damn things. What? This entire situation is preposterous. You have no need to give in to his demands. But Reagan, what if the people from the guild come back here in full force? Not like we can stay here within the entire time, you know. I have a plan. Mill, those biblo transmissions of yours allow you to communicate with a large number of people, yes? Yes. Well, there are pages that have a lot of people who visit. From today's onwards, start writing in those using your real name. Using your real name. Write down every single detail about your situation, truthfully. Huh? What? But what good is that going to do? That's up to the people of this country. As long as the people of this country actually take notice, then it's going to spread by itself. Oh ho! Clever, clever, clever. And what good would that do? We've given them our side of the story. We'll give them our side of the story. That you're all through with living under their damned rules. With how vigilant the Ferrum Guild has been acting, there must be a good deal of people more than fed up with that bunch. Wait just a minute here. What good is this all going to do? It's just going to add even more unnecessary friction between the two sides. You know that, right? Unnecessary? We're telling those bullies to stop taking advantage of these people. What's wrong with that? Getting cold feet, Zvite? Even a child knows that if you leave them be, they'll only exploit the people even more. The things that can be accomplished by a mere one or two are few. That's why we begin with assembling as many allies as we can. Mill, this is how you need to write this all down. Be precise, but also keep in mind that you're trying to stir something up. Pour your soul into this. But that's just practically going to say, hey guys, we're here, to everyone in the syndicate. And not just that, if Mill and Soul actually do end up getting famous, some really weird folks might start showing up here, you know? That's why I said we don't have to do all this. All I have to do is just work every day. I just need to make the money, that's all. But they've been hiking prices up, haven't they? Just too much for me to watch, Soul. If only there were even riskier jobs. Way better than trying to pick a fight with the guild at least. Come on, Soul. Please. Don't. You always end up sacrificing yourself. Mill, put yourself in my shoes for once. You ever consider what it's like having to depend on your older brother for everything, completely powerless? We can't help that, Mill. There isn't a thing that we can do given the situation. It'll be fine. We've been able to keep it going till now. I'm sure things will work themselves out. No. No! Please, Soul, think. There has to be something else we can do right now. There isn't, Mill. If there was, I would have thought of it ages ago. I've already done something about it. But why? Why are you always like this, Soul? Doesn't it frustrate you? Our lives, our very existence are on the line here. I just have to make more money for you, Mill. Someone's pissed. Soul? Mill? Why all this bewilderment, you two? It seems like you both are making a huge misunderstanding here. Misunderstanding? There's never an option for you two just to suffer under this injustice. Give up on giving up. It'll be easier that way. If you're suffering, then fight. If it's frustrating, then retaliate. That's all there is to it. Listen and listen well. The way things are going, the two of you have no future. With no one who cares about you, the best thing could happen is either you get exiled from Scantia or you die, sprawled out in the field somewhere. That kind of injustice must not be overlooked. Do you understand? Alone, you're but a mere speck. Just like the man that covers the entire planet. You couldn't even hope to accomplish anything with a tiny fragment of it. But it can serve as the spark that can let you bless much larger craft. Just like the people. There's a synergy in linking up with others. So fight, struggle, show everyone in this country how pathetic you are. Fan the flames of anger, gain their pity, their sympathy, and become one with them. From the beginning of time, this is how humanity has been able to make the impossible possible. Such injustice has only been overcome through the joining of a great many. This is simply our nature. Interesting. So, Soul, let me do this. Let me do it. Huh? But, it's just as Reagan said. Bill, do you think that the firm guild is going to take this sitting down? They might not stop at just getting rid of the field. They might even go straight for us. Then what are we supposed to do? Soul, you do nothing but work every day, like a zombie. I just can't stand to see it anymore. I can't stand to see you struggle so desperately, all because of me. But tell me, why? Why am I even still alive? Think about how I feel, Soul. If I can't even do anything to help you, then I have no right to refuse. Everything that you do for me. I'm just utterly, completely, absolutely wordless. I'm always just talking and talking because I can't step in. No, because I didn't step in. Because I didn't have the courage to. Hell. But we're helpless. It's just the two of us. There's nothing we can do. We have limits. That's exactly why. If we can't do anything on our own, then we just ask for their help. But Reagan, please. This is so pathetic of me, but please. Please guide us. Guide us all the way to the end. Tell us what we need to do. Just give us the word and we'll do everything we can. So, please. Mill. Just how many times do I have to say this? What? Like I've said, you have no choice in the matter. Even if you don't grovel before me, I would have done so anyways. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's not right. There is a choice. They can give up on the field and live as they always have. No matter how difficult their lives will be logically, it isn't the wrong choice. Rune, don't go logic. Don't go logic. Don't go logic like you're the machine you were quote unquote built. No. Use your heart. Be a human. Be the human you were meant to be. But the power to best that kind of logic? Well, soul, what say you? I, as Queen Reagan's, I'll get back to working on the field. Charisma. Oh, that's interesting. What is this? Good day, everyone. My name is Mill Harthinger. I am 12 years old. I am currently living on the outskirts of Polar Cersei with my twin brother. But I have this sickness called the invisible noose, leaving me 2 years left to live. To cure my disease, I have to make sure that I take this medicine called Segola every day. If I don't, then my condition will worsen very quickly, and I'll probably die. However, Segola is an incredibly expensive medicine, and my brother has to spend every little bit of what he earns to buy it. And despite that, the pharmacist told us that he was going to raise the prices. We're at a complete loss right now. We don't know how to maintain our way of life. My condition will continue to worsen if I don't take the medicine. But I just cannot put any more strain on my brother. One day some travelers showed us how to grow our own Segola. Right now my brother is trying his hardest to prepare a place to grow it. But, as I'm sure you all know, all the medicine in this country is under the control of the country's pharmacist guild. Just earlier, someone from the guild gave us a warning. If you don't stop trying to cultivate those plants, I'll be back with others from the guild. After being told that, we consider stopping, but we have no choice left. I don't want to die a meaningless death. I'm sick of being toyed with by the rules that people arbitrarily come up with and aren't even law. I write this not to ask for anyone's help, nor anyone's sympathy. I simply want to leave a record of all this that had happened. We have resolved to stand our ground and fight. Whether it is right or not, I cannot say. We simply, desperately want to live. I don't have a very long life, but I want to live what's left of it to the fullest. To everyone reading this, please continue to watch over us. Mill Harthinger. Oh, guys, start with me again. Alright, this will do. Soul started working in the field early in the morning. It was already by noon. Take a break, Soul. You'll be learning agricraft for the rest of the other day. As long as we follow Reagan's order to the letter, everything will go well. She's a strong, charismatic leader. Well, I've had my fair share of experience with the other one of those. But I've got this uneasy feeling in my gut. Reagan, do you have a moment? What? Could you maybe let me in on your plans, or rather what you're thinking right now? I mean, we're leaving this town in 2 days. What do you plan to get done in that amount of time? I've already said it, this will become a spark. Once the citizens band together, the country itself will have to react. We need to truly open their eyes here, including today. We have a full 3 days. It's just barely enough to teach people the importance of how to ask for help. Even if nothing happens at all while we're here? Because there's no way we'll be able to see any results within this time frame. We can get some Segola buds to sprout. If we succeed, then that'll lead to a huge boost in their morale. Why all this pessimism? I don't understand what's causing all this anxiety. What if Soul and Mill get into huge trouble because of our meddling? You won't grow if you're constantly afraid of failure. This isn't like you, Zavite. You said, I want to see the world outside. You shouldn't be getting cold feet when you're this intrigued about the world around you. What are you hiding? Her past? Going out to the wide open world has always been on my mind. So Reagan, I think we're going to meet all sorts of people from all over the world. There'll definitely be people from developing countries too. And of course, their mindset, their mentality would be different. Their sense of values too. So even if all sorts of wrongdoings are being committed, we don't have any right to really voice our opinions there. What? Just how far can we really meddle in their affairs? I've been worried about reaching out to help. You may be changing all sorts of things that really shouldn't be changed. If we were to say, become the ruler of that territory, then it wouldn't be a problem. That way we truly assume responsibility. But we, no matter how hard we try to effect change, we won't be able to stay in that place. So you're saying we need to adhere to the rules of contact, yes? Yes. I think that's something very important, not for us, but for whomever we meet. I'll keep that in mind. ... Can we see Rotona now and all in the other side? I guess not. After a light lunch, Reagan begins to teach Sol Agicraft. Is Agicraft hard? We're only going to be controlling the temperature over a small area. With practice, anyone can do it. By the way, Sol, do you have a peculiar attribute of mana that you specialize in? An attribute that I specialize in? What kind of mana you find easiest to manipulate? I never really thought about it, though I usually use Pyro. Vite, get the sediment stone from the bag on the table. Hand it to him. Class 1 Pyro sediment. I can't exactly tell which sediment is which attribute just by looking. Should be the largest one of the bunch. Hurry up. Yes, ma'am. Is it this one? I had a large sediment stone from the bag over the Reagan. Look, Sol. Reagan speaks to Sol as she holds the sediment pinched between her index finger and thumb. Whoosh. There's flame coming out of the tip of the sediment stone. It looks just like a lighter. Can you ignite a flame like this? Yeah, I think I can. Can you? Huh? Is that much of a surprise? Don't pay Zavite any heed. She knows nothing about Manacraft. Focus here. She's like, eh? Focus here. Can you do more precise manipulation like this? Whoosh. The strength of the fire is increasing and decreasing. Could you even make the flame grow larger or smaller? It really is just like a lighter. Oh wait, I don't think that you would really get what a lighter is anyways. Yeah? What? If that's so, then show me. Give it as the smallest flame you can manage. Okay. Fidget. Everyone's fidgeting. Whoosh. Ooh. Sol used the sediment handed to him to start a fire around the same size as Reagan's original one. Oh, it really is possible. That sure is convenient. It'd be nice if I could do that too. Not that I ever could though. Very well. Now slowly increase the intensity. Whoosh! Wow! Just about anyone can do this, right? Just about anyone can do that? Seriously? No way! That's awesome! Everyone from the Interpol is so awesome! Not just anyone can do this. Precise manipulation of this level is a fairly advanced technique. This is definitely thanks to the Ophia. Your sense of controlling mana is quite remarkable. Is it really that big a deal? This understatement is a good thing. You may be able to learn much faster than I anticipated. Of course, off to the field, Sol. We're starting. Oh, hey, look! Stone. Sol, are you okay? Hey, Zavite, don't talk to him. You'll break his concentration. Sorry, but he's sweating bullets. The sediment stone he brought from the town were placed on the field. Pyro, Aqua, Terra, and Aereo, one in each corner. According to Reagan, Terra was to prepare the soil around the field. Pyro and Aereo were to control the temperatures, and Aqua was to continue to control the moisture level, or so she says. I didn't know it'd be this tough. That's because you never used craft that also required stamina. Being able to sustain output, I would say the task is where 90% of the difficulty lies in. This task. Having to shift all four kinds of mana is damn hard. This is the marker. Dragon takes out a strangely shaped sediment stone fastened to a rod and sticks it into the ground. Huh? This is a sediment I've tuned to respond to the right temperature for the growing Segola. Once the sediment at the end of the rod glows yellow, it's the right temperature. If it glows red, it's too hot. Too cold and it won't glow. Like right now. For now, focus on getting it to red. Increase the temperature as best you can. Yeah, got it. All we need to do now is to focus on your specialty, pyro, understood? Raise the temperature, slowly but surely. I'll try. Does this glow red? One more thing. See those sediment stones at the corners, yes? Think of those as nothing but crutches. In the end, you'll need to be able to maintain the temperature without their help. Why? Is it really that hard to keep this up, even with the sediment? Once they run out, can't we just replace them? If it were some other vegetation that didn't need such precise temperature levels, then a very slapdash setup would have sufficed. But Segola dies very quickly if the temperature goes down, even just by a hair. It seems that there are cases where a slight drop in temperature kills off a single crop overnight. Rather than relying on sediment that could run dry at any moment, it's better to control the environment by shifting mana by yourself. Wait a minute, I've been wondering this entire time. Does that mean I'll have to be here maintained at the temperature the entire time? It's going to be a huge problem, you know. You think of Agicraft as changing the behavior of mana for a certain area. Only humans can commit mana. Once you commit the flow of mana to the area, allow for the temperature where you can raise Segola, the flow of mana won't revert back anytime soon. After the initial commit, all you have to do is make minor adjustments to the improperly flowing mana. With that done, then you ought to be able to raise Segola on your own without any tools. This might be a lot tougher than I thought. Just concentrate. With your level of mana manipulation, you ought to be able to get that sediment in the middle of glowing red in a few hours. Get rid of any thoughts of fine-tuning. Focus on only rising the temperature. Yeah, okay, I'll try. In any case, Minecraft is pretty amazing, isn't it? I can't say I understand your statement, though you do need to have some talent for it. This much is normal. This isn't normal at all for someone from the outer pole. This is pretty cool, almost like magic. Hey, that's practically blasphemy. Don't lump this together with mere petty tricks. Blasphemy? What do you mean? Haven't you heard of Vibella? VB was that? Vibit, what was that? This world was created by four great gods, Pyro, Aqua, Terrio, and Aero. Vibella is the name of the fifth god, the one that guaranteed us human life. Ah, so that's what that name is. Like, why do they keep throwing that name around? That's why none of the four types of mana, Pyro, Aqua, and Terrio, are suitable for us. What runs through us is what you call purified mana. Manacraft is like a contract, a promise, for invoking a mirror goal to do good. One gives up a small part of their life to borrow a life energy of this planet. You pray in order to bestow with their divine blessing, hence the moment you execute craft is called the bless. Ah, that's why they say bless. That makes so much sense. This isn't something to be compared to some illusional sleight of hand. Oh my. I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I had no idea Minecraft had such a deep meaning behind it. Neither did I. Everyone's using it so nonchalantly. I thought it was everything much more informal. Complacency leads to neglection of the importance and gratitude of these things. A truly deplorable state of affairs. Still, I think it's really amazing. I don't really understand the sensation of shifting mana, so I can't even imagine how it all works. Putting that aside, Savite, go ahead and prepare dinner with Bill. Learning new mana craft requires both concentration and stamina, so if Soul doesn't eat well, then he'll run out of substance halfway through. Alright, I'll go and get Mill. And I am talking so much my mouth is hurting. 8 minutes left. Wonderful. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, I'm gonna try and hold at that black screen here, but oh boy. Oh boy. I think she's working herself too much. Is she sweating, crying, or in pain, passed out, or dead? I don't know. But I'll have to wait till next time. Cliffhanger. Anyways, this is Too Tall saying thank you for joining me on, we'll just save it here, on this Let's Play of Vault Milestone 2 Side Above. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay safe. And do have an awesome day.